Winston fighting Terrion Flash Ware at Badbeat 12. I had a torn labrum in my left shoulder, which is like a tendon that goes from your shoulder blade into your pec, and it was torn on both sides after the last fight. So I had surgery to heal it all up, and it was a tough rehab process. Like I couldn't really do anything for about 2-3 months. It's in a sling, and then after I was cleared, I've been training ever since. So I've been training for about 6 months straight. So it's, even though I was injured and off, out of the cage, I haven't been off training.
Office.
No, I don't really think there's been that much anxiety or like anxious. I'm anxious to get back in there, just being that I've been out so long. It feels like kind of like the fire's been like restarted. It's just fighting every 2-3 months. Like you kind of get burnt out of the everyday wear on your body, and like you need to like just time to mentally readjust to everything. So having that time off was like actually helpful. Just gotta reset, rethink a lot of things, and then every day in the gym has just been like a fight in the cage. There's no easy rounds, so it's just been like hard every day, day in and day out. It's really fun to go watch everyone fight if you can. Like it feels almost like you're in there yourself. I get like super nervous watching them and excited for them, but it was more of just thinking like, at first when they say like you have a torn labrum, like anytime they say surgery, I had never like broke a bone or had any sort of serious injury. So when they said I had to have surgery, it was more of like honestly what ran through my mind was like, am I ever gonna fight again, or if I'll even ever be able to train like I was training. So it was more just getting over the fact that I'll be okay, and knowing that there's like light at the end of the tunnel. First 2 months were like really like stressful and hard, and like a lot of weight gaining going on in the first 2 months. I couldn't really do anything but sit down and watch TV and like sit there with the ice pack on my shoulder. So I gained like a good 15 pounds, but it's all coming off now, and back to training in 100%. I was really appreciative that Brett would call and ask me out if I wanted to fight for the belt. I know that I've been there for a while, and I've pretty much like grown up in the cage at BAMMA. I remember the first time I went to even watch an actual MMA event was at Badbeat 1. So it's like pretty cool that I got to watch the very first show, and now Badbeat 12, I'm fighting for the title there. I also felt like it was just kind of like the next step for me. I really felt like after I was injured and looking down at the like further down the road, what was I going to do for my career? Like how am I going to get to the next level? And I feel like getting the bantamweight title at BAMMA is the next step for me. There's only going up from here, so I'm really excited for it. I think Terrion's he's really experienced. He has a lot of fights in a really short amount of time. I think that could be something that can hurt him on top of something that can be beneficial for him. He's obviously not going to get as nervous as someone that has less fights, but at the same time, he has so many fights in such a short period of time. It's hard to work on like skill set and to get better in between each fight if you're just in there working for cardio and for the next fight. So I feel like he also represents like a good, like he has a lot of heart. I watch a lot of his fights, and he'll stick around to the last round, and then he'll squeak out the win. So I feel that if it goes all 5 rounds, he'll be there in the 5th round and still going for the win. So it's going to be an interesting challenge. If you're so active, like sometimes you get like a bump and a bruise here that would sometimes like go away with a couple days of rest, but you know that you have a certain date where you have to be ready by, and like you may overlook an injury here or there. If he takes care of his body, then you know it might not be a big issue for him. But at the same time, like I said, I feel every day that I've been off of fighting, I've been either mentally preparing for this fight or physically preparing for it. It's like been a lot of rehab. I feel like I'm faster, stronger, better than I've ever been, even though I haven't been fighting. So it's interesting to see me coming back to the cage. Like, have I grown as much as I think I have? Honestly, as soon as I could start training, the first day the doctor was like, "Hey, you're clear to hit pads." Like I was in here hitting pads the first day. So I know that it's been almost like 6 or 7 months straight that I've been training. So it does feel like the training camp's been really long, but I was actually supposed to fight a couple of months ago, and then that fight got canceled, and then I was always training to fight. So it's just like, even though the dates keeps getting pushed further and further back, I'm still like out training 100% in the gym, like as I was going to fight. So I don't really feel like there's going to be any rust issues or anything wrong with my body or my mind. So I always knew that I had good grappling skills, like from the first day in the gym. Like I just felt like I kind of caught on, and ever since I've really made the move to all in, like I really feel like I see everything better. I could actually like see punches. I can move. I could know when to throw a punch, and like if I happen to miss something in training, like if I see like an opening that I didn't take, I know that I missed it. It's like before I wouldn't even see anything. I really feel like I actually swapped my training from jiu-jitsu to stand-up. Like I would train maybe 6 or 7 times a week in jiu-jitsu, and now it's the complete opposite. 6 or 7 times in striking, and maybe 3 or 4 times in jiu-jitsu. So it feels good to know that like my striking is coming along. It's not exactly where I want it to be, but I also feel there's always room for growth. Like this isn't the best Eric Winston will ever see. I feel like a month from now I'll be better than I am today, and a month from then I'll be even better. So it's interesting to see that I feel like every day I'm just like exceeding the last day. So it's been a long path of like understanding the combos, when to throw punches, when to throw kicks, and why to throw them. But at the same time, like it's exciting. Like you feel like a kid in a candy store. Like you feel everything that Coach Shaw says. Like you just want to absorb it, and on top of that, you want to use it during training. So when you actually get to use it and he sees you using it, it feels really good to know that you're right on track on what he's trying to teach and show you. I watch the top level guys, like everybody watches the UFC. You see the top level, like we have Cisco's in the UFC, and we see Henry's in the he's the King of the Cage champ. And every day it's like you want to not just work on one skill set. Like I want to get faster, I want to get stronger, I want to strike better, I want to grapple better, I want to wrestle better. And I really feel that in order to be the best, you have to evolve every day. So there's no one skill set that I think that I need to improve on. I want to improve in every aspect of my game. It's not like something, I don't want anything to be stagnant. Every day I want to learn something new. It's not like, I don't ever want to just be working on one skill. It is more of a incentive to finish the fight. And like if you look at my record, I finished 4 or 5 fights. Like I go in there to finish every fight. It's not like I want to go in there and squeak out a decision. If I feel like if it's gone to the decision, then I haven't done my job properly. Like I want to go in there and get every fight over within the first couple of minutes. I mean, the less time we're in the cage, the better, you know. Like last time it was only a round and a half, and something went wrong with my shoulder. But I feel the less time we're in there, the less time we have to get injured, and then the faster we can get back in the cage. So if I get the submission or the knockout of the night, that's just a bonus on top of the belt. The fan support's always been really good. Every time I fight, I have a lot of friends and family. They come from Barstow, they come from Orange County, they all come to watch me. And I think it's not only about the belt and coming back, it's more of just like the whole circle. Like everyone's seen how like excited I was to fight when my very first fight. They seen how excited I was the next 6 fights. And like everyone also seen how like depressed I was when I found out that I couldn't fight for the next couple of months in training. It's like it was like pretty much fighting is my life. I train every day, I teach every day, and once I was injured, like my life was like kind of turned upside down. So everyone's seen how like almost depressed I was by not being able to train and not being able to do anything. So now everyone's like kind of, the training is going. Now they see that I'm coming back to fight for the belt. They see that I'm coming back from injury, and they all want to support and come out and watch a good show. I really think you could expect just like non-stop action. I really want to push the pace from like the first ring of the bell all the way to the 5th round if it goes that far. I don't think there's going to be a lot of, I know it's going to be a long, like 5 rounds is going to be a long time to fight. It's hard to focus for 30 minutes of any point in time. Like even if I'm watching TV, like I have to look at my phone, I have to like check on the internet, I have to do something besides just one thing. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how I can, if it does go 30 minutes, like all 5 rounds, how I focus on what we need to improve on from round to round. I think that whoever does that the best in the fight will win the fight. Every round there's going to be aspects where maybe we need to grapple more, we need to strike better, we need to wrestle better. There's also going to be who's less nervous. If you're too anxious in there, you're going to exert more energy than you would if you were more relaxed. So I think it's just going to be relaxing from the very beginning, and then just seeing all the opportunities to take the fight, take control of the fight, and capitalize on those. My Twitter is E-Money_MMA. My Instagram's the same exact thing, and then if you guys want to follow me on Facebook, it's just Eric Winston, and no fan page or anything like that. I'm just a normal person, just like everybody else. I want to thank Coach Shaw here at All In MMA. He's been like great from the very first day I met him. Anything I need, like I feel he'll give it to me. He's open his gym to me with open arms. Tim Cartmel, who's always around if I need him for jiu-jitsu or privates or anything, he's more than willing to fill in. Everybody at Ace Jiu-Jitsu, all the kids, Asa and Chris. My parents too, they're very supportive of what I do. Like if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be able to train as much as I do and just be out there chasing the dream. I also like to thank 40 Thieves and all the cool gear that he hands over to me, and that's about it for now.